Good morning. I just got back from my run and my coffee, and I'm getting ready to head out for the day. It's going to be a busy day today, so I thought it would be a good time to bring you along. First thing on the list today is I'm going to be up to the studio for a more casual shooting day. We did our monthly more formal photo shoot a couple weeks ago. It was a lot of fun. For those kinds of shoots, which we do less often, I get to do the planning for the props in the background, and I get to scout models that I think would be a good fit. So for this recent shoot, we got to work with a really lovely, talented model named Jordan. And honestly, the main reason I'm bringing this up is just because I kind of wanted an excuse to show the pictures, because they're definitely my favorite that I've shot with this brand so far. I even added them to my portfolio site, which if I haven't mentioned on here before, is always linked below, and is a good place to keep up with my work in that regard. Today's going to be a more laid-back shooting day, which is basically just me in the studio shooting worn images of the different pieces for the website, so when they get new arrivals in. So that's all I'm up to today, but it's going to be a full day there. But afterwards, I'm going to be staying to help convert the space for an event that the designer is hosting. She uses the studio space and has for a while to host different kinds of community nights, so an art gallery, music, and tonight is going to be a poetry night. It used to be a monthly event, and so I went to maybe 4 or 5 in a row, and that was how I came to know the designer, which is how I ended up having this job. It's always a really nice time because it's a pretty small studio, and so the group is really intimate and everyone is close and generally very supportive and positive. It'll be fun to be back. I'm also gonna read tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to polish up the pieces that I'm working on, get my camera stuff ready to go for the studio day, and take you along with me for that. So but it is apparently.
Wow, okay, yeah, I really didn't. I did not know that either.
Which should be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, like that one I like.
Hey, halfway through the day, gonna stop by Maman and grab some lunch, and then back to it. So up to you.
Yeah, let me give you some, because sometimes just...
What was this last
Want a bracelet?
Sure, I'll take a bracelet.
Okay, give me just the one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, very dramatic. Is that a full pitch crack? It probably isn't.
God, you're right.
Alright, the first one is called L Train Baptism. New York City baptismal. Underground flooding seeps out onto the surface, clearing out pigeon carcasses and front bike tires and haystack biohazard needles. Everyone go to bed and try again tomorrow. Tear down the scaffolding and the vintage shops and the bourgeois honky-tonk bars. Take your number off the telephone pole and put your name back where you found it. I just want to be a cynic, but wash the whole place clean and give me a bookstore to read a poem in. I'll bugger on a while longer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, a rat drifts by on her mixtape pontoon.
I love your shoes.
Thank you.
I wanted to get those.
They're great, actually. They're pretty comfy, yeah.
Did it arrive good? Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
I love those. Those I don't know, it's so vibrant.
I was like digging around. I was like, we need some good questions. Yeah, for everyone's Instagram. Oh, I didn't put mine.
In the story.
I'll put mine.
But I like the dribbles.
There you go.
My sister. That's it tomorrow, and then I can tag everybody.
Yeah. I grabbed another glass of wine, but they all got snatched. All right, that's a wrap. It's our poetry night. Hey, I just got back from poetry night and I am a little wine drunk and a little nauseous from the Uber and very tired. I had a long day. I had a nice Uber driver on the way home though, which was a nice way to round out the evening. I also got to talk to a lot of people at the event, so it was a pretty social day for me, which means it was also a pretty socially exhausting day. This place was like the first open mic that I ever went to in the city when I moved here. It was nice to be back and see some people that I knew from before, but then also some new people. Yeah, I feel like I am usually pretty good about keeping out and going to these kinds of things and reading my work. But today I read some stuff that I literally wrote like earlier in the week, and so it's very unpolished, unfinished, and I did feel a little like I was putting myself out there. I got really nervous and kind of shaky while I was reading, even though I didn't really feel like I was nervous beforehand, but as soon as I get up and like start having to talk to people, I always get, jittery. Everyone was really nice and supportive, and it's a good like small group, so it feels like kind of low stakes and unintimidating. Yeah, that was the day. Productive, exhausting. I am, like I said, really tired, so I'm gonna wrap this up and eat some pad thai and then fall asleep. Thank you for joining me on my day today, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I want you to feel the way I do. It's a sort of vengeance, or like just a practice in intellectualism. Digging up bones and ancient texts to follow to, not anywhere. Not for anyone who hasn't been there too. All right, that's my